systems rigged, man, it's time to break free. Eyes wide open, gotta see what I see. Standing on the front lines, fight.
Number 2020 CF 2603, State of Florida versus Sarah Boone. Let me get appearances for the state.
David Castro on behalf of the state. William J. for the state.
Defense.
James Owens for Sarah Boone.
Tony Henderson from Sarah Boone.
All right, Mr. Beck is not with us. Okay. Ms. Boone is still seated at counsel's table, wearing the same clothing that she had on this morning. She is in custody, however, out of any restraints. So we will be standing when our jury enters and exits. It's 2:04. State, are you ready to proceed?
Can we approach a second?
Yes. All right, thank you all for letting me know the lay of the land with regard to those specific issues. We're going to bring our jury in momentarily and inquire to staying after 5 o'clock. Members of the gallery, good afternoon. The state is going to continue with their evidence presentation. I know this morning some cell phones were going off, or there was chattering in some cell phones this morning. I'm going to please respectfully request that you turn off your cell phones and not have any correspondence or communications orally amongst yourselves or anyone else in the gallery. I'm not going to allow any outbursts. If you cannot contain yourself, I'm going to ask you now to remove yourself. This is your one and only opportunity. If you cannot control yourself or there are outbursts, I will ask the courtroom deputy to remove you. Does anyone have any questions with regard to the court's instructions? If you're wearing sunglasses, I need you to remove them. Thank you. All right, with that, state anything we need to address before we bring in our panel.
One more thing.
Yes, sir.
May we approach?
Yes. Thank you all for your patience. Ma'am in the back left, last row, good afternoon. After conversing with the state and the defense, they've agreed and asked me to excuse you from this room. I understand that there may have been an outburst by you with courtroom personnel before the judge arrived on the bench this afternoon. If you would like to watch the trial, it is being streamed live. You can head to the 12th floor, get off the elevator, and head to the south side of the building. See the sign where it says Judge Michael Kranick, and it'll tell you which direction to go. You can pick up the phone, call my judicial assistant, Anita Barrios, and she can give you instructions on how to watch this trial virtually, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, I ain't like doing it anyway. Okay, God bless you guys. I'm still the boss of the city, so we gotta work together and try to figure it out.
Thank you, ma'am.
And y'all heard what I said. Ms. Jones, you're fired. Have a good one.
Thank you. To restate the court's prior positions, if there's anyone going to have any outbursts or cannot control themselves, again, I'm going to ask you to remove yourselves at this time. State, are we ready to bring in our jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, are we ready to bring in our jury?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go ahead and bring in our panel.
You're entering.
State, do you recognize our jury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense, do you recognize our jury? All right, thank you. You all can be seated. Members of the jury, good afternoon. I hope that you enjoyed your lunch break. Welcome back. We're going to pick up with the evidence and testimony presentation by the state this afternoon. We may have to work after 5 o'clock, possibly between 5:30 and 6. As I recall, with speaking with some of you, you have minor children and may need childcare to pick them up. Is there anyone here who has any concerns with regard to childcare staying till between 5:30 and 6? If you have those concerns, okay. Juror in first row, third seat from the right. Yes, ma'am.
As long as we get a break between now and then and I can call someone, I should be fine.
I would absolutely give you that opportunity right now to do that.
Okay.
Is there anyone else who has concerns about childcare? If you're able to have childcare, ma'am, is that going to affect your ability to listen to the evidence this afternoon?
No, sir.
Okay. Can the parties approach for a moment? All right, ma'am, just you, not everybody. If you could step out back to the deliberation room and make those phone calls, take your time, and once you come back in, we'll pick up from there and just let me know if you're able to get coverage, okay? Thank you so much, ma'am. Y'all can be seated. Thank you. All right, excellent. Thank you very much. If you can, members of our panel, show me by a show of hands you complied with the court's instructions prior to the lunch hour. All right, record reflect all hands have been raised. With that, state you can call your next witness.
State and call Chelsea Kepsel.
Please swear or affirm that the testimony you should give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
And good afternoon. Could you state and spell your name for the record for us?
Yes. It's Chelsea Kepsel, Chelseey, Koepsell.
Thank you. You may inquire.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello.
Whom do you work for?
The Orange County Sheriff's Office.
And what is your position with the Orange County Sheriff's Office?
I am currently a homicide cold case detective.
How long have you worked for the Orange County Sheriff's Office?
Since April of 2013.
And what positions have you held at the Orange County Sheriff's Office during that time?
So I began my career in uniform patrol, and then I moved on to the sex crimes unit as a detective, and then I moved on to the homicide unit as a detective.
In the homicide unit, tell us, what are your duties as a homicide detective?
To respond to, obviously, homicides and any death-related incidents.
And what type of training do you need to hold that position?
So I went to the police academy, and then after going to the police academy, I became a deputy, and then basically just having experience from other units and taking like homicide courses and like investigative courses to help me.
Is continuing training a condition of not only your employment, but also holding your position in the homicide unit?
Yes.
How is it that you became involved in this case?
So on February 24th of 2020, my partner at the time, Detective Scott Lowen, received a call. Our team in the homicide unit, there's 3 teams that have 4 detectives on each team with a supervisor, and then we have 1 sergeant. And so on that date, Detective Scott Lowen was basically screening calls for that day, and we were at the office, and he told me about the call.
Are all homicide investigations worked in tandem with another detective?
Typically, yeah, we normally always have a partner with us.
And tell us, why is it that we do that?
Well, honestly, it's more for court purposes, if I weren't to be able to be in court. But it's also nice to just have someone else's perspective and training. We all come from different backgrounds, so it just kind of helps the investigation.
Once you received the call on this case, where was the first place that yourself and Detective Lowen went to?
We responded to the scene.
And when you say the scene, is that 4748 France Court?
Yes, I believe so.
And when you responded to the scene, who did you make contact with first there?
The first person I made contact with was Deputy Kayla Rodriguez.
And was Deputy Rodriguez able to convey you certain information at that time?
Yes, she explained to me what had been said to her and basically what they have done.
And this location that you responded to, was the defendant present there at that time as well?
Yes, she was. She was outside.
And did you make contact with her?
Yes, I did.
During that time that you were initially there at the scene, did you walk the scene with the crime scene investigator in this case?
Yes, I did.
And when you walk the scene, just tell us some of your observations.
So when you first enter, immediately on the right, there's like a kitchen. And then if you continue down like a very small, short hallway, it opens up to the living room / dining room area. And so when I entered, I could see the victim, Jorge Torres, laying on the ground next to a blue suitcase.
Did you work with the crime scene investigator to identify potential pieces of evidence for collection?
Yes, I did.
Did you also have an opportunity to speak with the defendant in this case at that time?
Yes, I did.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness what's been marked for identification as states T and states U and been shown to defense?
You may.
Ma'am, I'm showing you what's been marked for identification first as states T. Can you tell me, do you recognize what that item is?
Yes, I do.
Tell us, what is that item?
This is the first part of the interview that I conducted with Sarah Boone on the scene.
And did you have an opportunity to review that disc prior to coming to court today?
Yes, I did.
And does that disc fairly and accurately represent the conversation that took place between you and the defendant on February 24th, 2020?
Yes, the first part.
And is that your initials on the disc as well?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to move what's previously been marked for identification as states T into evidence.
Any
No
objection? All right, what was pre-marked as states T will be received without objection as states Exhibit 18.
Other than, I may have made a previous objection, other than pretrial issues.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, next I'm showing you what's been marked for identification as states U. Do you recognize what that is?
Yes, I do.
And tell us, what is that?
This is the second part of the interview with Sarah Boone on the scene.
On February 24th, 2020?
Correct.
And you had an opportunity to review that disc prior to coming to court today?
Yes, I did.
And does that disc fairly and accurately represent the second part of that interview that you conducted with Sarah Boone?
Yes, sir.
And is that your initials on the disc as well?
Yes, sir.
All right, at this time, I'd like to move what's previously been marked for identification as states U into evidence.
Any objections?
No objection.
All right, what was pre-marked as states U will be received without objection as states 19.
And Your Honor, request permission to publish.
You may do so.
Today is February 24th, 2020. The time now is approximately 16:57 hours. This is in reference to Orange County case number 20-017904. I'm currently located in my unmarked vehicle out in front of 4748 Brant Lane, apartment number 3 in Winter Park. at the Tealwood Park Apartments. And also in the car with me is my partner,
Detective Scott Lowe.
and in the front seat is, can you state your name, ma'am?
Sarah Boone,
Okay, and your birthday?
10/10/77.
Okay. So, Sarah, I know you have talked to some deputies. I know we had a very brief conversation, just to reiterate what you told that deputy. But like I was explaining, I would like to get a more further, understanding of what happened last night and ask you more detailed questions. I am going to read you, your rights, but it's just because that's how we do things, okay? So you do have the right to remain silent, okay? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Anything you say may be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning without charge. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one can be provided for you before questioning without charge. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me?
No.
Do you understand what I just read you?
Yes.
Okay. So, last night you said that you and your boyfriend George were here at your residence and didn't really leave that day. You said that he went to the store to buy cigarettes.
Yes.
What time was that around? If you recall. Was it light out still, dark out?
Yes, it was light out
It was
still.
still light out, okay. But he's the only person that left and he came back,
Yes.
I'm assuming? Okay.
It's right down the street.
It's down the street, okay. And, tell me what you guys were doing next, like what was happening?
We had a bottle of wine. We painted, we drew, we did puzzles.
Do you remember what wine you guys were drinking? What
It's wood Chardonnay.
Okay,
The bottles are in the trash.
okay. Chardonnay, okay. And do you remember around like what time this was that you guys were sharing the bottle of wine, painting, doing puzzles?
I'm gonna say 4-ish.
Okay, and was this before he went to the store or after?
I'm sorry?
Had he already gotten home from the store at this point to buy the cigarettes?
Yes.
Okay, so it was around 4 p.m.
Ish.
that you realized, and you guys were doing,
Puzzles and art,
okay,
listening to music, enjoying each other's company.
and all downstairs, upstairs, where did you guys?
Downstairs.
Downstairs, okay.
We usually sit on the back porch because we smoke, you're not allowed to smoke inside, so.
Okay. And who was here last night? Was it just the two of you?
Mhm.
Yep, okay. No one ever came over at any point?
No.
No, okay.
We called his daughters on FaceTime.
Okay.
We were just literally just enjoying one another's company.
Okay, and you guys share the phone that you have,
Yes.
correct? Okay, and the phone's located in there, I think in the
Yes.
dictionary? Yeah. Okay. So tell me what happens next. You're painting, you guys are doing this puzzle together, you obviously finished a bottle of wine.
Yes.
Did you have 1 or 2 bottles of wine?
Well, we had one previously that was maybe not even half full,
Okay,
but then,
so you finished that one and then you had the full one?
yes.
Okay.
And sorry, what was the question?
Just what'd you guys do next after the bottle of wine, like after you
Well, we
finished the wine?
We had the bottle of wine while we were doing our arts and crafts.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, just waiting, we were puzzled out, we were painted out.
Mm-hmm.
So, being silly, let's play hide and seek, which we had played before. Like, I don't know if you've opened the door on the top of the stairwell, like, he and I have hidden in there before, like, just having fun and enjoying each other's company.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's literally all it was. And then the suitcase is downstairs because I was telling you we were going to do donations.
Mhm.
And because it's not a very good suitcase, what was the question? I'm sorry.
You were just explaining to me that
Oh, he decided to hide in there. So, being silly, he and I were sitting there laughing at it, like with him in there. And then, so I didn't zip it up all the way, but I mean, enough to where his little fingers were out there and whatever, but still having a good time and whatever. Then I guess I decided to go upstairs, and I don't know, I fell asleep. So I woke up this morning and again thought he was downstairs on the laptop looking for a job, as he usually is. And then thought, where is he? Is he on the back porch? Is he in the bathroom? Like, where is he? And then I came to about the suitcase. So I opened the suitcase, I took him out, stretched him out, started to do CPR. Where air was coming out, and then like whatever gurgle. So I'm trying to do CPR on him. I'm shaking him, trying to get him to come to, but I can tell by looking at him, something was wrong. He's been losing his teeth lately and has been complaining about his chest hurts, which is why I keep trying to get him to go to the doctor, but because he nor I have a job or insurance, has been putting it off. So again, I didn't know what to do, so I called Brian, my ex-husband. I called him, he came over, just walked in and then walked out. I grabbed my phone and I called you guys. From there, here we are.
Okay. The first time you woke up this morning, did you look at your phone to see what time it was?
No. Most of the time, like, I'll wake up, but because he nor I have a job, I'll usually just lay in the bed for a little bit longer because the house is clean. There's nothing else that we can do. Me thinking he's on the laptop looking for a job.
Around here?
They live down the street.
When's the last time you said he doesn't even really talk to his family because he chose you over them, so when's the last time you've seen them or talked to them?
I believe he did something with his brothers a couple of weeks ago, but I don't go over there.
Okay. Like, so if he goes over there, you do not go?
No.
But he did something with his brothers
I'm guessing so. I know that they come up to his job all the time.
when he was working there?
Yes.
Okay.
So
So,
they don't come, I mean, they have come over here and have just been completely disrespectful.
okay.
And again, he ended up having to tell them, don't come over here if you're gonna act like that and treat Sarah like that.
Do you know their address?
I have it inside, I know it's Baja Boulevard, but if you go down, what is this out here? Goldenrod,
Mm-hmm.
there's a Twisty Treat ice cream place on the right-hand side, and you turn down that road, and then you make a left, and then you'll see Baja, and you make a right, and their house is white, and it's fenced in, and it's got a whole bunch of garden flowers.
I'm gonna end my recording, is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
One quick question, just out of curiosity. I'm noticing your front door, it has a bunch of dents in it. What is that from?
When we moved in, they were already there.
'Cause I don't see any other doors with dents like that.
Whoever it was that lived here previously, I know it was a girl, but that was here when we moved in.
This ends our recording 17:47.
While you were on the scene on February 24th, did you also make contact with Ryan Boone?
Yes, before I spoke to Sarah Boone, yes.
And did you have an opportunity to interview him?
Yes, I did.
While on scene, did you also begin the process of examining the defendant's cell phone?
I did not examine it myself, but we have a waivers and affidavits form that has a consent portion on it. And so I did start doing the paperwork for that.
You obtained consent from the defendant in this case?
Yes, on scene to search through her cell phone.
And what time did you become aware of the videos on her cell phone?
So a digital forensic investigator responded out to the scene, and she responded out a little after 7 p.m. And I would assume she probably started doing, whatever she needed to do. And then a short time later, she came over and got my attention and expressed to me that I needed to look at something in her phone.
And these were the Suitcase videos, correct?
Yeah, they were 2 separate videos from the night prior.
When you observed these videos, what actions did you take?
When I observed the videos, I directed the digital investigator to stop processing and downloading her phone any further, and that I was going to write a search warrant for her cell phone.
Did you obtain that search warrant for her cell phone?
Yes, it was signed by a judge the next day.
And she was obviously able to finish the digital analysis, correct?
Yeah, she was able to get the full download as well. She had already gotten the videos downloaded the night prior, but she was able to do whatever she does to get the full download.
In the course of your interview with the defendant, you were relayed information that I guess she had gone to Publix the previous day. Is that correct?
In the interview?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, well, I'm sorry, in the interview that we just listened to about going to Publix?
In the course of speaking with her, did you learn that she had gone to Publix?
Yes, I was under the impression that George had gone to Publix.
Did you follow up with that Publix for surveillance video in this case?
Yes, I went to the Publix to gather surveillance video.
And were you able to find that video of them at Publix the previous day?
Yes.
Your Honor, request permission to publish Stage 2.
You may.
Ma'am, I'm first going to show you the video taken from Publix on February 23rd, 2020 at approximately 12:15 p.m. Ma'am, using the laser pointer, could you please identify the victim and the defendant on this video?
This is the defendant, and this is the victim.
You can advance the video. Do you see the bottle of wine that was purchased in this video?
Yes, it's right here.
We could move on to the publication of the second surveillance video. Can you identify Mr. Torres for us in this video?
Yes, it's right here.
Is that the second bottle of wine?
Yes.
All right. In the course of your investigation, did you also interview individuals from the apartment complex while they were living?
Yes.
And did you have an opportunity to also interview their neighbors as well?
Yes, I did.
Did you interview Juan Torres?
Yes, the following day.
And did you attend the autopsy in this case?
Yes, the following morning.
Your Honor, may I approach with the defense?
Yes. Members of the jury, it is 3:34. My understanding, based on the state, is the next part of their presentation is going to be kind of long in length. So we're going to go ahead and take our afternoon break at this point in time. Similar instruction that I've given you over the last couple of days. Please don't have any discussions among yourselves or anyone else about the persons, places, things, or charge involved. And do not conduct any independent investigation with regard to those things. We'll give you a 15-minute recess. We will see you at 3:50. Thank you so much for your service. You all may be seated. State, anything we need to address? Defense? All right, we'll be in a recess for 15 minutes. Thank you. Case number 2020 CF 2603, State of Florida versus Sarah Boone. State.
Dave Ketchstraw on behalf of the state. William J. for the state.
Defense.
James Owens from Miss Boone.
Tony Henderson for Ms. Boone.
Ms. Boone is seated at counsel's table wearing the same clothing from this morning. She is in custody but not wearing any restraints, so again, we'll continue to stand when our jury enters and exits. I believe we're getting to the part of the state's presentation with the recorded interview on February 25, correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
And what do we need to address with regard to that in advance, if anything?
Judge, I believe it's identified as State's Exhibit for Identification S, as in Sam.
Okay?
And I believe that's the 2-hour interrogation video that I had filed the pretrial motion to suppress, which the court had denied, but contemporaneously, I want to make that objection.
Okay, understood. Any other objections?
No, sir.
Okay. It was edited based on the court's granting of the motion in limine, defense's motion in limine prior to trial. Is that correct?
Yeah.
That's correct, and a copy of the edited version was provided to the defense, I believe, on the first day of jury selection.
That's true.
Okay. And I'm assuming the video that's going to be provided to our jury this afternoon is that exact same video?
Yes.
Do you want me to read the 2.2 instruction prior to it being played after it being received into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Which instruction is that?
That's the instruction on edited recording.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else we need to address state before we bring back in our jury?
Not for the state.
Mr. Beck, Mr.
Your Honor, if I may real briefly.
Appearances, sir.
Contemporaneous objection?
No. I was going to talk about the reports that the court referenced in the last sidebar before the jury was brought in this afternoon.
Fine. Let me just get your appearance, Mr. Beck.
I'm sorry, yes. Kevin Beck on behalf of Sarah Boone.
Yes, sir.
There was a discussion regarding these depositions that were going to be taken this afternoon of the defense witnesses that were recently noticed. I do have some concerns about the court having indicated to defense that if we had reports, things of that nature, we should share those with the state to the extent that those reports were generated by our investigator there, potentially work product privilege. And so we're happy to work with the state, cooperate with the state, give them what we can, but I want to expressly state that we are not waiving the work product privilege by providing whatever information we can to allow this process to move forward.
Understood. I'm not seeking to have you turn over anything to the state that may be protected by any attorney-client or work product privilege. My takeaway was there's something that could be provided. If it can, fantastic. If it can't, the court's ruling from previously still remains. Since we have an opportunity to revisit our list, during the lunch break, did you have an opportunity, Mr. Owens, addressing the USB to CD conversion for any evidence to be provided or sought to be introduced by the defense?
My understanding is that Mr. Billy Lane was going to go to Staples or somewhere and purchase one of those DVDs, CDs, or whatever it is that makes the conversion, so we anticipate it will be done tomorrow.
Okay, excellent. All right. Anything else we need to address then before we bring back in our panel state?
Not for the state.
Defense.
No, sir.
All right, let's stand and bring back in our panel.
Jury entering.
State, do you recognize our jury?
I do, Your Honor.
Defense, do you recognize our jury?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Y'all can be seated. Members of the jury, again, if you could, just raise your hands to confirm you complied with the court's instructions. Record reflect all hands have been raised. Thank you very much. State, you may continue.
On February 25th, of 2020, did you set up a follow-up interview with the defendant in this case?
Yes, I did.
And that was after you had attended the autopsy that morning, correct?
The interview, the follow-up interview was to be conducted after the autopsy. Not necessarily set up, but it was to be conducted after the autopsy.
I apologize if I misspoke on that.
Sorry.
Was that interview recorded?
Yes, it was, audio and video.
And where did that interview take place?
Central Operations at the Orange County Sheriff's Office.
Yes.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness what's been marked for identification as states S and shown to the defense?
You may.
Ma'am, I'm showing you what's been marked for identification as states S. Tell me, do you recognize that disc?
Yes, I do.
And tell us, what is this disc?
This is the follow-up interview conducted on February 25th, 2020 at Orange County Central Operations with the defendant, Sarah Boone.
And does it fairly and accurately represent the interview that took place between yourself and the defendant?
Yes,
And is that your initials on this disc?
it is, yes.
And you had an opportunity to review it prior to coming to court today?
Yes.
Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to move what's been marked for identification as states S into evidence.
The only objection is from the previous pretrial issues.
The state will, or court will receive into evidence what was pre-marked as states S over objection as states Exhibit 20.
Your Honor, request permission to publish.
Momentarily. Members of the jury, I have an instruction to read to you before the Exhibit 20 is published to you. Members of the jury, you are about to view and listen to a video recording. The court instructs you that the recording has been edited to eliminate irrelevant portions that would not add to your understanding of the case. The fact that the recording has been edited should not concern you in any way and must not impact the way you view, listen to, and consider this evidence.
Sure. So obviously, he received his autopsy. So I'm going to read you your rights again because we have to talk about that. And since I'm talking about the incident, we just have to do it, just like we did yesterday. Just like we did yesterday. Remember I read you the rights? Your rights? Yeah. So it's the exact same thing, but since I'm asking you follow-up questions, I need to read them to you, okay? All right, so you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before and during questioning without charge. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one can be provided for you before questioning without charge. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me?
No.
And do you understand what I just read you?
Yes.
Perfect, okay. So this morning we went to his autopsy, and we were informed of some injuries that he has by the doctor. So I want, so he's got scratch marks to his back.
I know that's wrong.
Okay, and it's called a contusion. Do you know what a contusion is? So like basically you're getting hit, and then you get a mark from it. You'll get bruising, like someone hit you or something like that. It's called a contusion. So he had some injuries to his left shoulder. He had a cut near his lip. We could see his mouth was a little.
I haven't laid hands on him.
Okay.
I've also too. He fell off my son's bike,
Okay.
so I don't know
and he's notorious for running into the wall or the hall tree, so I.
Okay.
What
about the scratches?
Sex.
There's also sex?
Yes.
Okay, because there's also like a scratch on like the back of his neck, like kind of like going, but it's like going straight across.
I have no idea what that's from.
And they're all recent, like they occurred recently. It wasn't something that occurred post or that occurred a week ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. They definitely occurred, the night leading up to when he was.
In all honesty, we have not gotten into it.
Okay.
That's why, the only thing I thought you guys were gonna ask me about, which I was gonna be honest with you anyway, are the scratch marks on his back.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, I have no idea what it is. No idea what it is. Nonetheless, I've had my son over the house too, so.
Well, your son was there when? When was he last there?
Oh, gosh.
My understanding he was there like last Tuesday?
I don't know if it was Tuesday, but yes, he was there last week, so.
Well, we're talking about Sunday. We're just talking about what occurred Sunday. Because like I said, the injuries they occurred within that time period.
So you're talking about day before yesterday?
Sunday leading into Monday. You called us yesterday at 1, but the incident, you guys were painting and stuff the night prior.
Correct.
So we're talking about Sunday, and then
That's
it's
why
Monday.
I'm thoroughly confused, because we had a good time sitting on the back porch, having wine, and smoking a couple of cigarettes, and then decided to go inside and literally paint, do puzzles, and play, and listen to music. That's why nobody got out of sorts. This is what's mind-blowing to me. I have no clue. Nobody laid a hand on anybody.
He also had, on the left side of his forehead, he had basically bruising, and on his head, his skull,
I have no idea.
as if something hit him.
I
Considered
have not
force
touched him.
trauma.
I have not touched him. I have not touched him.
How would you get those injuries?
Tell me and we'll both know. I have not touched him.
Yesterday, when we took photographs of your overall body, and they did the buccal swabs, did they go under your fingernails?
No.
Okay, are you willing to let us
Absolutely.
swab underneath your fingernails?
Go for it.
Okay.
I have no idea, and I don't want to seem out of sorts, but I have no idea. We had a good day.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good day. We've had good days lately.
Mm-hmm.
Even considering everything that's going on with our jobs and life in general and ex-wives and everything. It's been good. I don't even know where this is coming from.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
said
even
the
know.
last physical was probably, you said, I think, what, a month ago? Where you got the injury, right? You said that was a
I'll
month
say
ago?
a few weeks, give or take, yeah.
A few weeks. That was the last, physical altercation between the two of you? You said a month ago you hit you with a curtain rod.
Yeah, let's turn around. That's why I can't believe you guys didn't take that either.
Huh.
We've been good. I don't know if, it's since the last time he got out of jail. We've been good. He's been having his classes
Mhm.
and seeing his probation officer, who's amazing. So,
What do you mean by good? What's your definition of good?
the probation officer,
No, you said you guys have been good. What's your definition?
I've been good. I don't think you all understand. He comes at me all the time. He comes at me. So it's either I flee or try to go upstairs and go to sleep. That's usually what it is. I don't know if you talked to Brian about any of that, but most of the time when I flee, I go over there. So,
Right, but you're saying that you guys have been good, and when I asked you yesterday, the last incident that you could remember was the curtain rod incident, which you said was a month ago, so.
give or take,
Right, so what do you mean by he comes after you,
he gets belligerently drunk.
Mhm.
I don't know if you all have looked through my phone yet and seen any of the pictures and the videos that I have taken.
Mhm.
And at one point, I started documenting everything.
Okay.
So you all will see in my pictures, bloody fingers, split forehead, he split my nose. I've got this.
Right.
I don't know if Brian told you about it, where I had to have almost I had one really bad surgery, but then it got really, 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 really bad, where I had to go 4 or 5 more times afterwards and then tend to it. And then poking me in the back of the leg.
Right.
So it's,
And why are you still with him?
everybody asks me that. When I tell you guys this, I really love him, like I do. And I feel like I can help him. Like, I feel like I could help him, which I did, because he came a really long way from where he was in Philadelphia to moving back to here and to dealing with everything else that he's been dealing with. I've really helped him. I bailed him out of jail, 3 times. I've gone to every single hearing and every single arraignment, everything that I did for him. Gone to see all his public defenders, go to the state, I've gone to the state. I did everything for him because I'm trying to help him, because I had hope in him. And he was trying. He was really trying. And then he starts to think about things, and I think he gets overwhelmed, and then it's like, next thing you know, he's drinking. So it's like, oh man, I know where this is gonna go, so I'm gonna go upstairs and read a book, or I'm gonna go for a bike ride, or I'm gonna do something else, where I don't wanna drink. I don't wanna drink. The occasional wine, whatever, or if it's a weekend, that's when you have a good time. You don't have to wake up the next day. I have to wake up the next day and do things. I have to tend to Lucas. I have to take him to school. I have all this stuff to do. He doesn't know how to, I guess, maintain himself, where I can do 50 things at once and still know the 50 things more prior that I need to get done. He can't process like that. He didn't process like that, so he would literally, not literally, but have smoke coming out of his ears. So the next thing you know, he doesn't want to deal with it. I'm going to go get something to drink. So the majority of the time, I would hang out outside or do something else because I don't want to drink. And every time, his job broke his heart. And it made me sad because he had so much pride in his job. And the store that he took care of so much totally went downhill. Mm-hmm. And that broke his heart because he had put so much work and effort into fixing it up. And his manager was awful and basically gave up on all of the employees. So I think that had a huge bearing on why he would drink so much. His ex-wife is bonkers. Mm-hmm. She was all over him all the time. Send me money, send me money, send me money. How can I send you money when I don't have a job? And he's still trying to take care of me and Lucas by paying a bill here or there, getting some groceries. So he always had something on his mind, which is why, again, I got the puzzles and the bank to try to get him off of it so we don't have a drink, or he doesn't have a drink. So when you all see my phone, you can see all of the damage he has done to me and the videos of him smashing my television because he's belligerently drunk. Where most of the time, I just don't want to be there. And I try to help him. I try to calm him down. Eventually, he just passes out. Well, yesterday you made it sound like you guys were just drinking like a glass or two. Like, yeah, you obviously had the bottle, but you told me on recording, like, that you were not drunk, he was not drunk, you guys were having a good time.
I can't get drunk. Number one, I do not want to get drunk. I don't like being non-complimented, having my wits about myself. I don't like feeling out of control.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm just saying, you're making it sound like he's a raging alcoholic today, and yesterday I was kind of asking you those questions, and you're like a little defensive, like, no, we're not alcoholics. We are not, you know. But you guys were both sober on Sunday, to your knowledge, because when I said you went and passed out, you were like, no, I didn't pass out, I just fell asleep. So now it's kind of like, what is it? Were you guys drinking and it got out of hand and it got physical?
No.
Or is it?
Sunday was one of the better days that we have had in quite some time. He's dancing with my dog. You can see that too on the pictures, him loving the dog. He loves the dog and dancing around, having a good time, and just being happy kind of thing. He doesn't know, I can get like maybe 2-3 glasses of wine and I'll be fine. But I have to have my wits about myself because I don't know what to expect.
Well, let's talk about Sunday. What was Sunday? how were you, like, how many glasses of wine did you have? How many glasses of wine did he have? The bottle was gone. I mean, I don't know if you poured any out, yes.
No, that was from previous.
You said that there was a half bottle left
Yeah,
over.
that.
Mm-hmm. And then, that you had wine, that, well, I don't even know how the wine, how'd you guys get the wine for Sunday?
I'm guessing he went to Publix.
Does he like leave the house and you stay home, or do you go to Publix? Like, cause I
Sometimes
know.
I'll go with him.
Okay. Did you go with him Sunday to
No.
Publix?
So most of the time what happens is, because the convenience store where we get cigarettes is here, and then Publix literally is cattywampus to it.
Okay.
So what he'll do is he'll start, go by Publix, and then on the way back, catch the convenience store.
Okay.
So
Is that what you did Sunday?
I'm guessing that's what he did, because next thing I know, he's walking in with bottles.
Okay.
So it's him trying to be nice, so I don't have to go out and do it. Plus, there's stuff that are around the house that I have to take care of. So that's usually what will happen. Or I'm folding laundry, he'll go run out and do whatever.
So, where were you guys at
Hmm.
on drunkenness, not drunkenness on Sunday?
I
You told us you weren't drunk.
No, I was not drunk.
Right.
I was not drunk. So with him, I don't know. I know when it's like, oh, okay, man, where I have told him, slow down. It's starting to catch up with you. Slow down. Slow down.
Bless you.
And another thing too is I don't like listening to music with him because he gets too involved in the music, and the music that he listens to is a little rough around the edges, and like just, it makes me fractious listening to his music. So I kept asking him, let's just you and me talk. You and me will just be the ones that are talking, which was fine, because I mean, we were playing with a dog, whatever, and then it's like, okay, now let's do the painting. We just did the puzzle, took a break, now let's do this. Sure enough, that dog, we're sitting in there talking, laughing, talking about new movies, we're watching movie trailers while we're doing painting and all that other stuff. So it's still background noise to him, because I think that's what he's used to, is having background noise. Where me, I can sit in here all day with not a peep. But he always has to have some kind of background noise, which I didn't mind because the trailers were cool. And he was interested in showing them to me, getting excited about movies that were out or upcoming.
Okay.
So
On your laptop you're talking about?
Mhm.
Okay.
And I mean, and then it was.
But you said it was a good day, like, you guys didn't have any conversations about your relationship? You guys didn't go down, like, the rabbit hole, like, had too many to drink, and you guys start getting...
No, when I tell you this, it made me so happy that he actually listened to what I had to say with just, we'll get through it. This will be fine. It's just, it's a small hurdle that you and I together will get through, because...
I'm talking about the money, jobs,
Daughter, yes.
nothing
No.
relationship-wise, though, like, no issues, like, did you guys have a conversation about your relationship, or was it just about...
Just
Like,
what's
distraction.
going on right now.
Got it.
I try to evoke it from him so he gets it off his chest, because I call him the volcano, where eventually he's going to erupt.
Right.
And what he has learned in his classes is to communicate, which is a huge thing in a relationship,
Right.
where he has been practicing communication. So he actually talks to me about things and unburdens himself. Put it on me. I'll sit there and try and figure it out for you, like I have almost everything. Not a worry, just tell me, get it out of you.
Right.
But it was, when I tell you, I was so happy. Like, it was such a good day. I kid you not. The weather was beautiful outside. I'm the one that had him go inside so we can do puzzles and painting and listen to music or whatever else he wants to do. So then he starts doing whatever it is we're doing together in the living room. And then starts talking, because I think he gets comfortable with, okay, you know what, we're here, it is a good day. Let me go ahead and explain myself. So I know. Nobody else knows, but I know. Nobody knew George better than I did. I say that I knew George better than himself. And I tried in every way, shape, and form. Ask everyone. I helped him. I took care of him. I missed him a lot, and I didn't even sleep last night. I miss him a lot.
I mean, is there any chance it got to be too much for you and you couldn't handle taking care of him and
I never stopped.
trying to?
I never stopped. That's what I'm here for. I never stopped. I'm here now and I'm still trying to help him.
Yeah, we just don't, I mean, it's unexplainable how he got these injuries and
I have no idea.
you were the only one with him.
100% right hand to God. I have no idea how he got them. Nobody touched anybody. Nobody touched anybody.
You had mentioned that you would take photos, videos, kind of like a proof and just in general.
Yeah, I started documenting at one point, but that was way before, I think, the last time that he got arrested, where he was flying off the deep end. But then I had him bailed out. I got him out of jail.
Right.
But because he had violated the pretrial diversion, this time it's probation, so you don't have a choice in it. You have to go see your probation officer. You have to go to these classes. It's court ordered.
Mm-hmm.
Where it took him a while to get used to it and understand, they're not messing around. I even went down and met his probation officer, which I say she's wonderful. That's one of my questions too I need to talk to you about. Hugged me and said how much she knows that I take care of him. She called me personally one time when George was at work, when he was working. 42-minute phone call. She and I just saying how grateful she is that George has me. And she knows how hard I'm working to help him, just as she is and just as the classes will. So once he started actually going on a regular basis to the probation officer, and then to his substance abuse class and his, I don't know what BIP stands for, Batterers Intervention Program, and actually listening to what it is everyone had to say, he changed. Like I could see a change in him, where before lashing out, he would think about it. And would always come home and show me his papers, and we would look over his papers together. Well, it's like, wow, you actually are learning this in class? And some of the stuff that they would show them, like videos, he would come home and be like, Sarah, I'm so sorry for what I've done to you. Because for a video that he watches, to make him feel that way, where it's like, oh man, I have done her wrong. But he's changed. He changed.
And that's why you're still with him, even though he's done all these things to you. And
when I tell you I love him, I love him.
And when you love somebody, you have limits.
Everybody tells me that. All my neighbors still tell me that. The office, property manager.
At some point, somebody gets enough, then they have to do something to defend themselves.
I would just flee. And I don't know if you would like to see on my phone, or I think it's actually on a laptop. I actually, because, and you have to understand too, I have, prior to classes in PO, take him out. How many times? I had him arrested. How many times?
But you also went down and bailed
I know.
the next day.
I know.
what's on your laptop?
What was I going to tell you? Oh, previously, I actually looked up how to file a restraining order.
Okay.
Because I would take him out, his parents, because of them constantly having to take him back in, his bags of clothes, all his stuff. The last time, the father came out and irate and just not even, I don't even know if he knew Lucas was in the car. Just opened the back of my car and just started throwing all his crap and just throwing it, like the car would jostle, he's throwing all his stuff. At that point, because I continually did it, not continually, I think I maybe did it 3 times, and he has nowhere else to go, they got fed up and said, nope, either you're staying there or you're staying here. But if you're staying here at their place, it's permanent. You're not going back over there anymore. So what happens is, he pursues me. So, I don't know if y'all know where Katie Way Trail is. Okay, so it's literally right there from our apartment. Would ride his bike to work, but before he would leave extra early and come up to the wall, stand on top of his bike and tilt his head over because he would know that I would be outside having my morning cigarette and cup of coffee. And I would also know too what time he would get off of work, where I would know, come getting off of work, he can do the same thing. So it's not like I ever got like a break from him, where I told you all yesterday, or whatever it was. I started to feel that it was too much togetherness. And when you have too much togetherness, friction happens. So I'm gonna go ride my bike. I'm gonna go upstairs and read a book. But every waking moment, he wants to be with me. So, and mind you, our townhome is either upstairs or downstairs. So it's like, if you would like to sit downstairs and watch a movie or play on the laptop, look at some jobs, you're more than welcome to. I'm just gonna be upstairs and watching one of my shows or maybe reading a book. So, and then when that would happen, we really needed that. So what's for dinner? And then we would cook together and eat dinner and then crawl in the bed and watch a movie.
Are you sure about this is like recent? I don't know, you kind of like lost me, like what are you?
It was a little while ago.
Now you're talking about tension building up and that you need space, so have you been feeling that way lately, or?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay, my thing is too, so you all know, I hate that you can't talk to her, but, Dee, his ex-wife, when I say a monster, she's a monster. Like she withholds their children from speaking to him. So he gets upset about that, and she's like completely berates him about money, about the father that he is, what he did to her, all this other stuff. It doesn't matter. I mean, mind you, this is not like a recent, which is why he doesn't even bother calling anymore, because he knows that she's going to answer and he's going to have to talk to her, so therefore he can't talk to his daughter. The other time he talked to her, made her talk to Cookie. That's on my cell phone too, so you can see it.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter.
What does she have to do though with anything about what happened Sunday and into Monday? Like,
No, I'm just saying, like, previously, why the incidents would happen is she plays a big part in it.
okay.
On top of job, and money, and groceries and all that.
Okay.
Sunday, when I tell you this, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Is there anybody else at the house?
Nope, it's just me and him.
Since talking yesterday, do you remember any like timelines better? Like what time you guys were playing? What time he was zipped up in the luggage? What time you went upstairs?
We started because we cleaned the house a little bit, did some laundry.
You started the activities around 4, you said?
Yes, around 4:30ish, and then.
You just said that it was dark when you were playing hide and seek, and I'm just curious if you remember.
But when we were outside, that's where we would start and talk about things, and then eventually I was the one that had to come inside. So we.
About what time do you remember what time that was, is what she's asking.
And you said you went up to bed around midnight, fell asleep around 12:30-ish. But those were the only times I have. So I have 4 and I have midnight. So there's a big gap. So I'm just curious, like, if you recall when you went upstairs to hide in the shower, or
like when we started to play hide and seek.
Yeah.
Well, we went inside probably about, if I had to guess, we weren't out there too long, maybe about 6-ish. Then.
You're talking about from hanging out outside and like, okay.
Well, we have 2 beach chairs that are out there.
Right.
Just enjoy the weather.
Gotcha.
Plus it's starting to get dark and gnats and mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So, let's go inside. I don't want to be out here anymore.
Okay.
All right, let's go. So we're doing whatever. We did it for a while because that puzzle, I don't know if they took it or they saw it. Worked on the puzzle again, finished it. Started to paint. Well, started listening to music for a little bit. Started to paint. Can we turn the music off? No problem. Started to talk, paint, whatever. Maybe, gosh, that puzzle, we worked on that for probably a good hour and a half. So 8 o'clock-ish?
Is when I went to hide upstairs originally?
No, that's when we were like painting. So then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to paint anymore. Let's just, come on. Okay, you want to play hide and seek? What he does is, okay, tag, you're it. So it's like, okay, we know. Okay, take off.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we did.
And then you went upstairs, and then you didn't come up, and you came down, and the suitcase was there originally because you guys were planning to do donations, so it was already there. Have you guys ever played you said you played hide and seek like probably 3 times in your relationship?
Mhm.
When you have played, have you ever zipped him up in a suitcase prior?
No.
Okay. So it was just kind of like that prop was there, and it was there,
Yes.
and it was in play because,
Why do you say it like that, though?
I would never do that.
You would never zip them up in a suitcase?
well, I mean,
I mean, we were playing.
no, I know,
That
but
time, but
I'm saying, I'm talking about hide and seek, which is a game, so,
the suitcase originally is in our closet, buried all the way to the back. If you, I know the CSI people saw our closet. Our closet needs to be cleaned out really bad. My son's clothes need to be cleaned out really bad because they don't fit him anymore, and I'm tired of looking at them. So he took it upon himself, including that suitcase, to take it downstairs so we can get all of our clothes, our donations and everything, and just leave the whole thing by the clothing and shoe thing at my son's school.
no, I'm just asking, in the past, like, have you ever zipped him up in anything, jokingly or not? But obviously, I understand, you know, you're claiming that Sunday it was a joking matter, you were laughing, he was laughing. But what I'm just asking is in the past, like, is it something that you guys normally do?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
We were actually this last game running out of places to hide because we have a townhome where it's upstairs or downstairs, so.
Okay, so do you remember making any videos or maybe having any any photos, videos that you remember doing on your phone on Sunday? No?
I think I took a picture of a dog.
Okay. But your phone is password protected, you have the password, he has the facial recognition, so it's not like someone else could be on your phone.
No, I have both.
But you have the face and the password?
Yes.
Yeah, but he only has the face, correct?
No.
To be able to get onto your phone, you told me that he looks at the phone.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you were asking if I did. Yes, it's me.
Okay, does he have access to your phone? Because you said it's your phone. Okay, how does he have access?
Sarah, can I have your phone? Yeah, it's right there on the kitchen counter.
Okay, but how did you get into it? Because it's password protected.
He'll come and give it to me, and I'll just do the face thing. Where sometimes too, like, he'll joke with me and say, okay, I need to borrow your phone. And he'll hold it while I'm cooking or just something, do the facial recognition.
Okay, so he doesn't know the password and he doesn't have the facial recognition.
No,
He is the only other person that would use your phone, I'm
Yes.
assuming, other than.
well, Lucas.
Right. But Lucas wasn't there Sunday. Great. So, to your recollection, no videos on Sunday?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I mean, I guess maybe took a picture of them, the two of Tess and
The dogs.
and George and them dancing, but I mean, or it's just Tess.
Mhm. Okay. So I have something that I want to show you that we found, and it was from your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
Can you move it around? Go ahead.
No, I don't remember that.
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me.
Your battery's all flash.
Shut it down.
Oh, okay.
Let me.
The battery doesn't last very long.
It used to last a lot longer than that. I don't know what happened.
Okay. Let me just grab something else.
No, I was just simply asking because you had a look on your face when she asked you if you've ever done that before. You looked kind of shocked and,
No,
okay, but why did you say it like that? Like,
I don't think you all understand who I am, where,
well, tell me.
I mean, I've always been a straight-A student. I am an outstanding mother to my son. I excel at everything. I would not do that.
You would not zip somebody in a suitcase?
Well, I didn't like completely lock it. I mean, I opened it with one finger. I left enough in there for us to get out.
Okay.
And I wasn't planning on going upstairs and going to sleep.
Okay. No, it's just the way you said it.
You guys are scaring me.
Sorry.
Well, we just want you to watch this. This came from your phone. Don't you want to know what's on it?
Yes, please. Is it long? Because I don't know how much I can take. I don't know how much I can take. Do I have to watch this? I continuously throw up, I don't sleep, I don't want to see it, if that's okay.
Well, it's on your phone, and you can either explain it, or we take it for what it is.
Yeah. We're just trying to give you the opportunity to tell us what's going on. That's it.
It's that long?
2 minutes.
No, that's-
For everything you've done to me. For everything you've done to me. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's you. Your voice. Stupid. That's my name. Don't wear it up. Yeah, that's when you do me, show me.
I don't want to watch it, please.
Last time we talked to you, you had said that you put him in the suitcase, you had two fingers hanging out. and you
I
went to
flipped him
the-
over. I flipped him over, and that's where it was.
There's two different videos and a still picture where, yeah, it shows you flipping in the different positions and him saying that he can't breathe and you saying fuck
So
you.
this is upside down. So in order for him to have gotten into it,
It was flipped up.
right, it was flipped up normal.
Yeah.
Like as if you're packing something. So this is upside down.
Guys, this is killing me right now.
So this image is upside down, and then this small video that occurred 11 minutes later, it flips over the other way, closer to your dining room table.
Okay.
Now, he's obviously still in there. So he didn't, how did it go from the back to the front?
I flipped it.
Okay.
My plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep,
Well, that's what you did.
Yeah.
but not intentional.
No, you told me you went upstairs because you were
Stop
getting
here.
ready for bed.
Stop here.
Okay, but
Works good.
show me where you can see any fingers coming out, because they're at the end.
And his head's right here.
Mm-hmm.
So going like this, rather than going all the way up, it's like this.
But why is he saying I can't breathe, and why is he pushing on it as if he can't get out?
And it doesn't show a hole.
There's no hole, there's no fingers, I don't see his fingers, there's no hole.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't know, like, what you want me to tell you.
I'm just showing you, I'm just telling you what we see and what we've heard from the
I
other video.
understand. I understand.
He's begging for you to let him out. You're laughing in the beginning, and then in the end, it sounds kind of like a,
No, it's not malicious.
Well, saying fuck you,
It's not malicious.
then what is that?
what does fuck you mean to you?
Well,
Like if I were to tell my
oh, like he
partner,
does. Like, I get told everything by a white woman, so
Okay.
my intention was not to leave him in there. Please understand that. My intention was not to leave him in there.
but you went upstairs thinking that he could get himself
Yes.
out, but the video shows
That's why I
at no
told
point
you.
can I see his fingers. and
He'll
it
be out
looks
there any
like-
minute.
And then 30 minutes later, he didn't show.
And he's telling you.
And I
he
didn't
can't
wake
breathe.
up.
Do you think
Not able
he's
to
joking? You told me he was laughing, and I
We were,
but the
before.
video, there's no
When we first got
laughing.
in there, Both of us
So
were.
how long was he in there for? Like, this video is at 11:12 when it starts, so was he in there for like a long time prior to recording this?
No. No.
So it goes from funny to no longer funny,
But
but
I
you're the
didn't,
only one laughing.
but I didn't think that he was, like, panicky. Like,
So pushing up on a suitcase saying, Sarah, 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 I can't breathe.
George has done that in the past before too, where it's just like, he thinks that he's woe is me kind of thing, where it's like, I don't,
He's never been locked in the suitcase, but
No.
now he couldn't get up, so.
it's kind of, I thought it was
And
the
you
boy
know the oxygen.
calling wolf, crying wolf kind of thing.
Okay.
And again, my
But
plan,
but nowhere in there is he laughing, is he joking, he is begging. And you're the only one laughing,
okay,
and you're the only one saying derogatory comments, like you're mad.
no. Please don't, I don't mean to sound negative, and I don't know if I can say this, but, like, it's like you guys are kind of trying to, like, feed me, like,
No, I'm just trying to show you a video that you no longer want to watch because you probably don't want to know the outcome of how and what you said.
well, I know what,
You know what's on that video now?
No.
You remember making that video?
no,
Why don't you remember making the video?
probably because we had been drinking.
But you weren't drunk.
Just because I went upstairs and, just
You
because
told
you're
us-
drunk doesn't
you
mean
told
that
us
you,
times that you were not drunk. You said that you had your wits about you. You said he had his wits about you.
Mhm.
You said that you don't like not having your wits. In my experience, if somebody cannot remember doing something to the extent of making 2 videos and a video and taking a photo, they are intoxicated.
okay, I understand where you all are coming from.
Well,
I
we're
get
just
it.
trying to make sense of it. We're trying to
get it.
figure out what
We're
you're
trying to
saying.
figure out this
You
video.
explain it to us. We're listening.
I just did, like, we were playing, and then, like, I thought it was, my plan was not to go upstairs and go to sleep. My plan was not to, he'll be up here any minute.
But you willingly went upstairs and went to sleep. No one forced you to go upstairs and.
My plan was also to leave him in the suitcase,
So why didn't you take him out?
because I went upstairs, and then I fell asleep.
But why didn't you consciously think, he's asking to come out? he
I
can't
didn't do it
breathe.
intentionally.
What do you think is gonna happen if you leave somebody in a confined space like that?
Well, I thought by not giving it up all the way, it would be okay. My plan was not to leave him in the
And what was your
suitcase,
plan?
waiting for him to come upstairs.
And then when you did it?
I fell asleep.
You said you were up there 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, somebody not coming up.
Knowing that the last time you saw him was in the suitcase, 30 minutes later, you're like, maybe I should go check on him, maybe I shouldn't?
No.
When you, that didn't cross your mind, because
That's
it
like,
didn't happen.
that's like an assumption, like that's what you all are thinking, just,
We're asking.
it's the
You
whole,
tell us.
it's the drinking. That's what it is. It's the drinking. I thought it was like, I thought he was okay, like I didn't, that, you
He's
all.
telling you he's not. He's telling you, Sarah, I can't breathe. He's saying your name and you're like, that's my name, don't wear it out.
Guys, that's how we are with each other. Like, he is, nobody understands our relationship. The whole suitcase thing never happened before.
Would you leave someone else in the suitcase? Would you leave Lucas in the suitcase jokingly? Because it was a
No.
joking matter, you put him in there jokingly. Would you leave Lucas jokingly in there? And you love Lucas, right? And you
I
love
wouldn't do
George.
that to him either. I wouldn't do that to him.
So, I just,
Well, it's not like, again, I don't think you all understand, like, it's not that was not my intention.
Well,
Y'all don't have any idea what I said for him.
but by your acts, and that's exactly right. You get to the point where you've done so much for somebody and they don't show you any appreciation.
He did.
Not by your words in the video. I don't get that.
He did.
Because you're bringing up the fact that when he's choking you, you can't breathe. That's how you felt when he cheated on you, you couldn't breathe. And you verbally, several times, told him just, fuck you.
when you
Well,
said it
you said
in
it in the
video, you
video.
won't let us play the rest of it. You don't
And
want
you-
to.
When I
told
say
him.
cheating, it's on his phone.
Okay. Cheating is cheating.
I think so too.
Exactly.
It's your definition of cheating though, so, I mean, that's what the word cheat means.
And that's what you told him in the video. That I couldn't breathe when you cheated on me.
No.
That's how I felt when he said, Sarah, I can't breathe. And you told me.
I don't know too. This is
What would you say if somebody told you that they had done this?
so much.
You said somebody in a suitcase and went up and went to bed.
Do you all not think, so you all think that it's like, oh good, I got him in there, now I'm gonna go to sleep? Is that what you guys are trying to assume? Or trying to like,
The video is very portraying of the opposite of what you told us.
no.
It is not leading up, it is not matching what statement you gave us in the car. And
So,
that's why we wanna know,
and I don't remember
injury-
doing this.
the injuries are not consistent with what you told us. So we have a lot of inconsistencies, and this video explains itself. It really truly does.
You don't think that I have thought about that?
Thought about the video, or thought about?
But no, again, if you don't mind, please. So you all are assuming that it's like, oh good, I got him in there, now I'm gonna go to sleep? Is that what you all are assuming?
Well, it's not an assumption when that's what you told us, so that happened.
That's what happened.
And the video,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
But- I'm not gonna say,
you thought he could
No,
get out on his
yes.
own. But the video shows that he can knock it out on his own.
but when I unzipped it with one finger.
From the outside.
But it had the hole in it.
And you're claiming that it had a paper clip, so that's what assisted you in doing it.
No.
That's what you told us.
When I had my sweatshirt, I thought it had a paper clip on it. It's
But
got,
the zipper part is broken, that,
yes, which is why we were gonna zip it.
Yeah.
I just,
You were able to unzip it from the outside very easily, because that's the way they're designed.
but you could on the inside too. I don't know
well,
how,
why wouldn't he have gotten choked out if he could? He was
I don't
asking-
know, like, I don't know if you saw, like, where the hole was. I don't
I
know.
didn't see a hole.
No,
I didn't see
he's
no
the-
fingers
you're the
sticking
only
out.
one that, that's what I'm saying, like, he's in one position, and where his head would be, we should be able to see fingers. And then when it's flipped over onto this right side, again, his head is closer to us facing the video, so we should be able to see fingers, and we don't see anything. We see no movement of him trying to unzip it, or physically unzipping it. All we see is pushing up, trying to push out of it.
Please do not assume.
I'm not assuming. I haven't assumed anything. I follow evidence.
But my intention was not, again, oh good, I got him in there, now I'm just gonna go to sleep.
What do you think someone that knows nothing about this, or hears just a little bit, like, oh, they were playing around in a
She's
suitcase,
been
and then,
drinking,
and then watches
probably
that
went to
video?
sleep. That's what happened.
But you let him out before, I mean, you put him in, so why didn't you take him out?
Because I was upstairs and I fell asleep.
No, before you went upstairs. You like consciously had to walk upstairs. I mean, you obviously remember going to bed because you were giving me a time frame on that. And you specifically told me that you
I
went
don't-
upstairs.
My intention is not for this to happen. I am sick about it. I've never done anything like this before in the past. I'm sick. Especially with that. I thought I couldn't sleep last night. I don't know.
Well, here's the thing. You tell us the last night, you vividly remember this when you told us last night, that he was laughing, you were laughing, you put him in the suitcase, he has two fingers sticking out, and you go to bed. Now we see something totally different. And it actually shows you upset and, again, using derogatory terms to him when he's begging for his life to get out of that suitcase.
So,
What
but my thing
you
is,
say we're assuming, we're not assuming.
but the
we're telling
thing
you
is,
what's up.
so it just happened to be that whenever I was videotaping or doing whatever else it was, just happened to not have that in it.
Okay. And you also, in the video, you can't see any holes. There's nowhere in that where the zipper separates and you can see a hole. If there's a hole, he's pushing on it, begging you to get out. We should probably see that hole. that
He
you're
eventually
talking
would have been
about.
able to get out. Based
Alcohol,
on what you're telling us, he should have been able to get out. But the video shows him attempting to get out, begging to get out, and he can't. So that's just what we're trying to figure out. I don't know maybe you had too much to drink, you dipped it up all the way, and then,
I did not zip it up all the way.
Okay, well,
I did not zip it up all the way. This is horrific, okay? Horrific.
it is terrible.
Horrific. I don't think I'll ever be right because of this. Ever be right. Dealing with everything else that I have in my life, personally. And then this, whom I loved. It was not intentional. I will put my hand on the Bible. It was not intentional. I would not do that to him nor anyone else.
But you did.
Not intentional.
You intentionally went up to bed.
I didn't intentionally go to bed. If I'm saying it okay, I just
Hold
get
on.
out.
How did you not intentionally go to bed? You said you went upstairs and got into bed. That's intentionally going to bed.
Waiting for him.
And he doesn't come, but you don't go down to check on him.
So I happen to go to sleep. When I say go to sleep,
And what do you
it's
normally do when you
what I
go to bed?
do.
What do you normally do when you go to bed?
What do you mean?
What is the bed for? Going to sleep.
Right.
So you go to
But
bed to
obviously
do
you
what?
can tell too that, like, I
You
think
go to
it's
bed to do
also.
what? Okay. You kept telling us, hey, I wasn't intoxicated, I wasn't this, I wasn't that.
Being drunk and intoxicated, which, then you can tell like I've been drinking, but
Okay. So if you weren't intoxicated, then why would you ever leave somebody in a suitcase that's begging to get out, that's telling you they can't
if
breathe?
I weren't, if I hadn't been drinking, you still think it would be the same thing? Where it's like, hop in, I'm gonna go to sleep. Is that what you all are trying to do? To
We're
portray
not
it?
trying to do anything. I'm simply asking you to explain to me what happened.
Everything was fine and dandy.
I don't
Everything.
call it fine and dandy.
Was fine and dandy.
Explain
You
to
all
me.
know, okay, for me to tell you this, again, mind you, I've been without him for a day now. I don't know, I mean, I don't know what you all want me to tell you, because this was not in any way, shape, or form, hand on the Bible, intentional.
Okay. So you just
I
left
didn't kill him.
You left him there to teach him a lesson?
I didn't mean to leave him there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You got up and walked away. How was that not intentionally leaving him there?
Because I'm looking at the hole, knowing that it's there. He'll get out no problem. Because you
And
don't,
then he doesn't,
but
but you don't go check on him. You say you're up for 30 minutes and he doesn't come up. You don't go down and check on him?
I'm in the bed.
You even moved,
And don't stop.
you admit to moving the suitcase, like, over, so.
Roll it.
You roll it up, like, it's not like,
I said, when has it been me like that? Don't.
you didn't want him to be upside down, how do you even get upside down?
Alright. You guys are killing me right now.
I just want you to hear me.
That's how he talks to me most of the time. I don't know how you want me to say it.
I'm just trying to figure out what you would expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a suitcase.
I didn't mean to leave him in there.
Okay.
What's your reasoning for, not calling 911 sooner?
Because I didn't know what to do and how horrific it was. I called Ryan, and like, what, 5 minutes later I called you guys? Not even 5 minutes. Nonetheless, that I had to like I was trying to do CPR. I had to get him out and try to do CPR and then call you guys. And it was continually doing CPR with the dispatch on the phone, where he had me count out loud to help me focus on what I was doing.
I don't know how, I mean, you can sit here all day long and say, I thought he was gonna get himself out, but that he didn't, and you went upstairs, and you stayed there for 30 minutes before you fell asleep.
But can I say too,
You
like,
chose not to ever at any point during that 30 minutes walk back down and check on him.
no, wait 1 second, because I know, like, with you all, and then, like, because you continually ask me, like, time frames, where I told you, like, I don't bother even looking at the clock most of the time. So it's like a guesstimate. So for all I know, maybe it was 10 minutes.
Okay. But the point is, you left the living room where he was begging for help and went upstairs. Regardless of how long you were there, you left. You say,
I thought he was the boy calling wolf. Again.
Okay.
So when he asked to be let out, like, what's your reasoning for not letting him out?
When I was upstairs?
No, when he's asking on the video, he asked multiple times. He asked to be let out, I can't breathe. Why didn't you let him out?
Well, number one, I had no idea it was going to end like that.
Okay.
Number one.
Okay.
Number two, just, you know what? I'll give you 5 minutes or so in there. They'll give you 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes for what?
Well, based off the video, one video is at 11:12 and the next one's at 11:23, so you actually gave him at least 11 minutes per video recording. So my thing is, when it stopped, he asked multiple times, I mean, why? Why did you not let him out? It's just a simple question.
To be honest with you, I mean,
Were you punishing him?
no. Just,
Well, that's what you're saying in the video.
This is what you got, this is what you make me feel like.
see, and then it's all backfired on me. Like, it's all backfired on me. And I understand the severity of this.
You did.
It's awful, I know.
Okay.
It's awful. And I will tell you both this right now, too. I will never drink alcohol again.
Okay.
Like, I will never drink alcohol again. I don't care what it is, in any way, shape, or form.
But let's get back to this. What was the reason for leaving him when he's begging to be let out? I don't understand that.
What I have a feeling was, and again, it's the whole time frame thing. You go.
I'm not asking a time frame. I don't care about a time frame. He's
So-
in the bag saying,
My God.
and you say, fuck you.
For like the whole few minutes that he was in there,
Minimum 11, but yes, go ahead. Just you. 11.
For one video.
Well, in between those two videos, which were
Between the
11
two
minutes.
videos. Okay.
Yeah.
so what's the question again?
When he's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe, let me out, and you say, fuck you, why don't you just let him out? What are you trying to prove to him? There was obviously something in your head that you were thinking of when he was asking to be let out. You're like, no.
Again, it's the boy calling wolf.
Okay, but where does this game end? You say this is a game, you got.
Obviously, like the wrong way.
So what was your intentions for leaving him in there?
And it's not fair. It is not fair. You guys are trying to, again, oh, he's in there. Night, night.
That's what happened.
No.
That's absolutely what happened.
Intentionally.
How's it not? You got up off the couch, walked up a flight of stairs, and got in your bed.
Thinking he was going to get out.
And he didn't, and you still didn't go down the
And it's the whole 30-minute thing that you guys are trying to do, whatever. Like, for all I know, it's like 10 minutes.
He's begging for his life, telling you he can't breathe.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I don't. I didn't intentionally mean for this to happen.
But you
Then what
can't
did
tell
you-
us why you left him in there and went upstairs. That's my only issue. Like, what am I supposed to write? What do I write?
So my thing is, though, it's, what I have a feeling is, I went upstairs and just hit the bed, kind of thing. But, again, I'm thinking, he'll be up here in a minute. But then I go out.
But my question is, why didn't you just let him out prior to going up?
I don't know why.
He's begging to be let out. He's not laughing. He's not having fun.
I don't know.
You said this was supposed to be fun. You were laughing before. Before you said he was laughing, you were laughing, you went upstairs, he had his fingers out of the bag and he was playing, but obviously that's not the case.
So are you guys, so what is it you're trying to, like,
We're just trying to figure out why.
Why? What?
Why,
What was the
why,
motivation for leaving them in the bag?
why he was left in the bag? Why did they?
I didn't have any motivation. It was me, he and I having a great day, fooling around and being stupid, and apparently me going upstairs and hitting the bed, not going to sleep, where it's like, I'm tired now, and I'm going to sleep.
That's excluding, you know, it's a good analogy for the day, excluding the fact that he's got a bump on the back of his head, a bump on the front of his head, and his lip is busted, and he has a
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
I don't know what you all want me to tell you. Like, this is not fair at all,
yes.
that you all are assuming that that's from me.
Where else did it come from?
If you were, say it's opposite, you were in the suitcase and you're asking to be let out, would you hope that that person would let you out? Like, you're asking to be let out of the suitcase, should they not let you out?
Eventually, I'm guessing. I mean, I'm blaming it on the wine.
Blaming on the wine.
So you guys are like assuming that,
You keep saying we're assuming, oh, we haven't assumed anything.
but you guys are assuming that that's what I did.
No, by what,
Like, this is-
the facts of what happened. We got there, you said you pulled him out of the suitcase, you said you went up, you went to bed. We're not assuming that. These are the facts that you're telling us.
But
Now
my head is like, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm tired.
Well, that's what you told me on a sworn recorded statement yesterday. Because when I said, oh, you went upstairs and passed out, you were like, no, I did not pass out. You got attitude with me because you were assuming, you thought I was assuming that you were drunk. So that's an assumption. That was an assumption when I said you passed out. And guess what? You corrected me.
You were very adamant about the fact that both of you had your weapons out. What's your favorite word to use?
Compass mentis.
You've used it today too, to say within your wedge. There's two empty bottles of wine.
No, but you drink both of them.
I think you did.
We didn't.
There's receipts for the
They were
statement
both
back then.
purchased yesterday, so I don't know how you did, because they weren't there the day before.
So one
There's two
was,
Publix receipts from yesterday. Only thing purchased on either one was a single bottle of wine, 2 of them. So we have each bottle of wine that was empty in your garbage can that you purchased yesterday, or he purchased, but you two would have consumed together.
okay, well,
I mean, it's receipts, so it's not even worth the going back.
so this is, so I don't know what you guys are, I don't know.
We were just hoping that we could figure out why you,
What was the motivation?
There was no motivation.
well,
But we're watching a video that, after talking to you, everything was laughing and fun. Now we're watching a video where it's not laughing and fun. He's begging for his life, and you are in a very angry voice telling him to fuck off.
No.
Yes,
Not-
that's absolutely what it was. It's not an assumption. The video's there. We played it for you.
So you guys think that I intentionally,
You
It's
got up off the couch,
it doesn't
and
matter
walked
what
up
we
the couch, or walked up the stairs and got into bed. That was intentional. There's no way getting around that. You intentionally did that. Nobody drugged you up there. You didn't dare.
okay, well, it's not fair. It's not fair that you guys keep trying to say that that's what I did.
I don't know what to tell you.
You told us that. You didn't go upstairs?
Again, there was a hole in a suitcase. I insisted from the hole with one finger,
Well, the damn hole didn't do him no good, did it?
but he could push it open.
No, we
Did he?
didn't.
The video shows him pushing up.
And
If
then
he could push it open, why wouldn't he have gotten out himself? Why would he beg you to open it?
I said
Okay,
he can't breathe.
okay.
If someone can do something for themselves, they're gonna do it. They don't need assistance unless they need assistance.
So, but why would he start doing it?
Because he couldn't, because it was all the way zipped.
Okay,
See it.
it wasn't. I intentionally didn't do it. That I intentionally did not do.
What's that? You didn't intentionally do what?
Zip it all the way. He nor I, nor. That's why
You
this.
two didn't lay hands on each other.
No. No. I don't have anything.
You're right.
He doesn't. Whatever that is, whatever it
He
is.
does.
See, this is what happened. It's not fair that you guys, just because he has those, automatically blame it on me. Like,
Well,
We're not
what about
making
when you had your injuries and he gets arrested? Is that not fair?
really? Like,
It's
really?
the exact same thing. He
Really?
he has injuries, you have injuries, like, what does that mean?
I don't have any injuries.
Correct.
Because he and I have not been at it with one another.
So every time that you guys fight, you both hit each other? So you should have probably
No.
gone to jail all those times that he went to
No.
jail for domestic?
Well, the one time I did. But he completely trashed the police report. Because that's nothing what happened, because the reason why I got taken in was because my story was different than his. So I'm being portrayed as like this abuser.
We're not saying that he doesn't abuse you.
Absolutely.
We're not saying.
So I'm the one that's being portrayed as the
Because
I have never dealt with anything like this before. I don't know what to do, how to do it, and I always know what to do and how to do it. This, I don't know. So I don't know, like, what's going on, or like,
We are simply trying to find out as well. Again, we got one side of the story. You're telling us, we're going with what you're saying, but then we find stuff that negates what you're telling us.
and I don't even remember doing that.
Okay. You're telling us that we're assuming stuff, but what we're simply doing is telling you what we saw in the video and
I
repeating what
understand.
you told us.
I understand, because I don't remember that.
Okay? Doesn't mean it didn't happen just because you don't remember it.
So is the texting thing something about me? Like, what's,
The what? Texting? Oh, no, I'm texting.
So,
you guys are scaring me, so, like, I don't know, like, what to expect. I mean, I had questions of things that need to be taken care of, like, I don't,
okay, you left him in the bag when he's begging you, saying, I can't breathe, let me out, and you said, fuck you. And you got up off the couch and went upstairs and left him in that bag.
not intentionally. I
Again,
would never do that to George.
you did.
Not
It happened.
intentionally. Know that.
I don't.
Know that.
You got up and you went up to bed.
Alcohol is a shitty thing. It's alcohol. Not, again,
The reason that you killed him?
you all,
Please sit down.
listen to me.
Please sit down.
You all, listen. I did not intentionally kill him.
So your intention.
I don't know what it is I need to do, or how to do it, or what to say, or how to say it.
But what was your intention?
Everyone knows, everything that I've done for George, and loved him, and continuously helped him throughout his life, with me, and made him a happier, better person.
And everybody has their limits.
Everyone knows that.
Everybody has their limits.
So it's like, okay, so while we're in a good place right now, I'm gonna snap? Is that what while we're in a good place right now?
Yeah. Absolutely. I got you on video screaming, fuck you.
This is what it feels like when you're choking me. This is what it feels like.
Which was however long ago. You
The
said it.
videos from last
But
night.
clearly,
So what did that, yeah.
there's still feelings towards it. You wouldn't say it if you didn't feel it.
But I would never do that.
But it happened, and you did.
But you
But
did.
that's after being playful,
But no one's
and having a
laughing.
good day.
No one's laughing except you.
Everyone's having a good day. Oh, I'm sorry?
I would hate to see a bad day.
Y'all are making me out to be a person that I'm not. Or will I ever be.
Or are you a different person when you're drunk?
People have different personalities after they consume alcohol.
It depends. It's like, well,
Because you're sober now, so sober you,
Nice
well, what about
person.
drunk you?
not, it's both of us. It's both of us. And it's, again, it's not fair that you all are assuming that the marks that he has on him are from me.
We asked you where they came from.
I have no idea.
Well, nobody else was there, so nobody else.
I have no idea. I swear I did not lay a hand on him,
You just zipped them in the bag.
nor he.
You just zipped them in the bag. And then you flipped the bag around several times.
I didn't do that intentionally.
You didn't intentionally flip the bag around?
No, why would I do that?
Well, you
Good
told us
question,
you
you
did.
When he was upside down.
Right.
Well, you had to put them upside down.
You can't get in a suitcase upside down because
Oh my
when
gosh.
you put the
See,
stuff
that's
in where the body was.
that's unfortunately so too, if nobody else was there. That's
We have a
unfortunate.
video showing the suitcase in several different positions. So it shows, one, like she just said, it had to been on its back with the lid open for him to get in there, for you to zip it up. Then it shows it on the other side with him in it, so you had to flip it to there. Then there's another video where it's on its back again, so you had to.
I'm leaving it like this, please. I'm leaving it like this. I did not intentionally do this. No malicious intent or effort was towards this. No malicious.
I would say
I'm
because that helps you sleep, but you're not sleeping, so.
I mean,
Last night, I maybe got an hour.
Right.
in your voice, you can hear the maliciousness. The fuck you is very, very.
You don't talk to people like that. That's not like a common, like, hey, Scott, fuck you. That's not common. It's not something people do. And no one that sees that is gonna think that. Okay. So we were trying to give you an opportunity, and it is what it is.
There's no maliciousness towards that.
So I would probably be calling myself that. too,
My intent was not for that to happen.
But you went upstairs and went to bed. Or maybe you passed out, I don't know.
Waiting for him. And the whole time frame thing, it's like, it's regardless, that's not really fair.
Regardless, waiting for him, it's not like you walked up the stairs, you can't fly up the stairs, no one can take you up the stairs.
Okay.
You go up the stairs, you lay in the bed, and you wait for him. Who cares if it's 5 minutes, who cares if it's 30 freaking seconds? He's begging for his life, he's begging to get out. You go upstairs.
You leave them.
It doesn't matter, so get the time frame out of your mind.
This whole thing, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, because there's this. So it doesn't matter anything what it is I say. So it makes no difference whatsoever.
You're lying, and like, you're now changing
Who's
your
lying
story.
about what?
You're now you were drunk.
Oh, I never said that I was drunk.
Exactly, but you did here today. That's okay.
You said earlier.
Everything works.
Alcohol.
You blamed it on alcohol.
You blamed it on alcohol. Alcohol doesn't lie to people.
Yes, but I never said I was drunk.
Yes.
So you did this sober. You knowingly left them down there sober.
I have already told those of you also that we were both drinking.
Right. But you want to admit that you were drunk. Is that?
I'm telling you all both. This has changed my life. I will take this. I don't know.
Yeah. That's a true statement.
Absolutely. But you're trying to dance around the fact that you
So, but what do
did.
you know? Okay, just,
You left them in there. You did try to dance around the fact that you left them in there.
this is not,
You didn't leave him in there?
it's not cool. Like, this is not cool.
It's not cool.
That is,
He's dead. It's
but
not-
you think that I did that intentionally. You think that I did that intentionally.
You essentially left them in there and left the room. You went upstairs to a different room.
You intentionally did that.
You did.
Yes.
Because I'm thinking he's gonna get out.
Okay, and you didn't.
Obviously not.
When somebody's begging saying, I
But
can't
when you
breathe.
say that, no, but you have to,
Please let me out. I can't
no, George, though. Like, again, I thought it was a boy crying wolf. So it's just like, what?
Oh, so if your son was in there and said, I can't breathe, are you gonna open, or is he 9, so he's not,
Really?
it's not a big deal? I'm just asking a question.
Oh, you said you would never put your son in a suitcase. You would only put George in there.
No, George got in the suitcase.
And you zipped it up.
Not all the way and not intentionally to leave him there.
That's what happened. But you keep going away from it.
I don't know.
That's
I don't know.
exactly what happened. You went up to the bed,
Are you all trying to have me admit that? Like, are you trying to have me admit that? Because I will never admit it because it's not true. It's not true.
I'm basically stating as a fact that that's what happened.
Okay.
You videotaped him asking to be let out. You go upstairs.
So what, guys? So what? Like, just, I don't know what you want me to say, other than it was not out of maliciousness or intentional. I don't know what or how I can say it. I love George. Love him. To this day still. Love him.
Love makes you do crazy.
It's not one of those things where it's like, oh gosh, you know what, I've done enough for you at this point. I never gave up on him.
Okay.
Why I'm here today, I'm still not giving up on him. I would do anything for him.
Well, you gave up checking up on them.
I don't know about the Suitcase.
Oh gosh. See.
We're simply just trying to go through, I mean, again, you gave us a completely different story that you churched up to, this was such a lasting matter.
It was fun.
Not by that.
All day, all
Not by
day,
that video. That-
all day.
Anybody looking at it, I don't think anybody will look at that video and go, George is having fun right now.
So why is it you all think that y'all don't know me, you know, would do something like that, especially having a 9-year-old son?
I don't know.
Like, why?
9-year-old son.
Like,
Why are you so, like, caught on what we think
Yeah.
when
because
you should be more concerned about what you told us?
it's because like you guys are like trying,
The things that the video shows that are opposite of what you told us, and then what you know.
like what is opposite?
Well, you said that it was funny, and you're the other one.
We were playing before that.
Okay.
But then it stops.
Yeah.
It obviously stops being fun,
Well,
because you're screaming at him, he's
I'm
begging
not
to get
screaming
out.
at him.
Sounds like screaming at me.
I don't know what you all want me to tell you. In no way, shape, or form was it intentional. At all. Ever.
Okay. Are you still gonna allow us to do your fingernails? Go for it. Go for it. Okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna get that set up.
Do you need to know that? No, but when you come back and I ask about this? So what?
Just don't understand.
So it
I don't
was,
understand how your story changes so much to the fact
how
that.
did it change me? Please help me explain it, understand.
You went on about how this was such a playful thing and you guys were laughing, and it probably was for a few minutes, but then it obviously changes. The whole demeanor of this whole situation completely changes. It's not the funny, laughing matter. He's not laughing at all.
I didn't think he was being serious.
You absolutely sound serious.
I
You're
didn't think
answering.
so. Like, just,
You don't think your voice, you sounded serious?
it's, okay. I don't know what you want me to tell you. It was a great day.
Okay.
It didn't end well,
I was
obviously.
gonna say it, I mean,
I can't explain to you how horrific it was
okay,
to find him. Horrific. Because I don't remember taking this video.
okay.
How horrific. I'm thinking he's in the bathroom. I'm thinking he's downstairs in the laptop. I can't find him. So what's gonna happen? Like,
Here's what gets me though, is you don't remember taking videos, you don't know where he is, you don't remember him being in the suitcase, and you're still telling me that you had your wits about you. How does somebody have their wits about him when?
see, that's the thing too, but you can clearly tell that I had been drinking some. You can clearly tell.
I had several people that came up to me in that apartment complex said that you were drunk on a daily basis.
Oh
You were
my
screaming at
gosh,
them
right,
regularly.
right,
Really?
right. Talk to the property manager. Talk to the property manager.
Okay.
Because it's not,
These are your neighbors, the ones that live next to you. Your property manager does not live next to you. They see you every day. How
oh
many?
my, nice person.
What are your questions?
Yep.
Can I help you?
Who's coming?
Did you do the fingernails?
Yes, you said that we said.
And you don't have to allow us to do it, just so you know, so don't take that.
I don't have a problem.
Okay, just make sure.
So, am I getting my phone back?
No,
Not today,
What about Lucas's laptop?
no.
not today.
What does that mean?
We're still going through everything.
Oh, that's fine.
You're the one just telling us there's videos that we need to see on it, so we need to
That's
do our
fine.
due diligence that we go through everything.
See, and that backfires on me now too, because now you all think that I had even more, in quotes, intent to do what I did to him, which was not intentional.
What's that?
In that, is that correct?
He's asking about your timing.
No, but I'm asking if that's correct.
No, I'm not going to agree with anything that you're saying. I'm not, that you're,
So his person's not here.
mhm.
Do you all inform her or do I need to call her?
We don't have to inform her, so if you would like to call her, you can. Are you saying because he's still on probation?
No, but because of the nice lady that she is and all that she's done for him, I thought I didn't know how it was.
Legally, we just have to tell his parents, and we don't go telling, we don't,
Everybody else?
I didn't even know who his probation officer was, so no, I wouldn't go tell.
So the same thing for classes. I need to do that too.
Classes.
The
You need to do what?
substance abuse class and his boundary intervention.
Yeah, we
Something else
don't,
I should carry that. So, other than this, so initially, what was the cause of death?
she is still pending because she wants to hold the body for an additional day to see if more of those bruises turn into something bigger. And she's doing some other tests that she's gotta do, so she's pending it for now.
So, and that couldn't have been of him being in the suitcase? Or
That's
y'all
what-
saying that I
that's what-
physically did it?
That's what she's determining.
So,
The ones on the head, I asked her, could that have been from the suitcase, and she said she didn't think so.
I didn't touch him, nor did he touch me. I'm leaving it at that. So, I don't know if you all know how to do this, because so that's what I was gonna ask, you already asked. So, are you all updating his parents today, or when you get final, whatever?
What does it matter, what we tell his parents, maybe?
Because
We're gonna talk to it with them.
okay,
I have to.
but it's gonna come down to me.
What do you mean?
Like, so it's being put on me.
Who said that?
But I'm not, so what is it to tell them?
We're gonna give them an update, just like we gave you an update on their autopsy.
Okay, so it's whatever
Well,
bruise,
here's the thing.
whatever on the head.
We had to deliver news to them last night that their son was dead. There was not a whole lot of conversation that goes on after that. It's not a very easy thing.
Was it yesterday or Sunday? Sunday. Today's Tuesday, right?
Did we not meet you yesterday? We met you yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm just asking. Right? Did you not meet yesterday?
The valid question.
Really? Yes, on Monday.
Okay.
Got it.
Perfect.
So I don't know if I asked you guys or how I find this out other than talking to his parents, which is not gonna happen.
Yeah, probably terrible on you.
How do you guys suggest me finding out about funeral?
That's not even something that's been probably talked about between the family. That's not something we asked. We have no way of.
I didn't know, that's why I'm
Yeah.
asking.
It'll be
So,
up to them to make the arrangements of what they want to do. Like she just told you this quick, just being told last night, I'll pretty much be willing to wager that they have not even considered what they're gonna do.
I thought he can't even be released, so.
I've been there with parents, grandparents, and uncles. So, I don't know if I have the right to or not, but like I was gonna call his former employees whom he really cared for and let them know.
You can call whoever you want.
I just don't wanna do something that I'm not supposed to. How do I go about getting his, wedding ring, engagement ring?
It's at the medical examiner's office. It'll come to us eventually, and then,
It'll be released to
oh,
the next of kin.
yeah, okay.
I bought it for him.
That is a civil issue. It was on his finger, it goes to them, they're the ones that are gonna release it, we don't have any say in that.
So I won't get that back. So for all of this, like, how do I find out what's what, how many, like, what's been found?
What do you mean?
Pillow with stain, swab of stain from pillow, suitcase.
That will all be sent off to
That's the other
the
one.
Daily Florida Department of Law Enforcement. They do their testing.
So, and then like whatever white can with blood and necktie with blood was from the suitcase.
Okay.
Why would you guys, oh, you'll see it in there, the baseball bat for Lucas and the feet. And this is just his phone, my phone, and the laptop.
Yeah, when anything can be released, we will release it, but we are very early in this investigation, and it's not an overnight process, unfortunately.
So, what's next?
They're gonna come and swab your fingers.
No, I'm talking about like in the long run. Like, what do I need to like, do I need to be doing something or like?
I can't tell you what to do.
I mean, like, so like for, like, I don't understand, like, I don't know if you guys are just gonna like, because it makes it sound like to me, like, I'm being accused of something that was not intentional. I'm being accused of it. And a handful of other things that I'm being accused of.
Okay.
So I don't want to be at home with Lucas and you guys show up.
Okay.
So,
We're still investigating. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
so is there going to be concrete whatever it is, and then it's like, okay, this is what it is, kind of thing, or like, because I've done the whole court thing, I've done the whole attorney thing, I've done whatever, so if, I'm not admitting anything about being intentional and I killed George. That's not the situation, but it's trying to depend on me.
Okay.
That was not my intent. But it's trying to depend on me. So however, or whatever it is I need to do in order for that to be proven, then I need to do so, which is why I'm trying to get my ducks in a row. So that's why I'm asking what the next step is, other than me getting my nails swabbed.
I mean, you want me to tell you how to not be accused of a crime? Is that what you're asking? Like, I don't know what you...
I'm trying to prepare myself for whatever may need to be done, so I can, I guess, stick up for myself.
I mean, I think you're doing just fine. You came, you talked.
I just don't want you guys to, again, show up and Lucas is in the house.
Well, we did tell you yesterday that we don't want to do anything around your son, hence why you came to us. So I don't know why you think that's going to change.
That and/or me not just show up back home.
I'm sorry, what? That or what?
Me just not show up back home. That's what, oh, he's so happy that I'm staying over at the house, so Brian, like so happy. And I'm not going back to the house, to my house, for however long I can stay over here because of whatever to blow over.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you don't mind me asking, so for whatever it is you all are claiming from the videos, which, yeah, is that what you're gonna tell him, like his parents? It's like, oh yeah, and by the way, she did.
Did what?
I mean, what would you tell him?
I don't think it really matters what we're gonna tell the parents.
Oh yeah, it is, it's fuel to the fire.
Well, we can't hide things, and I don't know, I'm not saying we're gonna go, I'm not saying that we're gonna go and tell them every single thing we have. But again, this is the Orange County Sheriff's Office of Public Records, so eventually, like, this all will come out. So, it's just like, you're making it sound like we're gonna tell them something, so then your life is in danger, and I don't like that accusation. So let's just nip that in the bud right now.
Well, that's what's going to happen.
I cannot choose.
But we can't even, but, so technically there's no concrete report yet, even. Right, so it's,
You want me to like tell you exactly what I'm gonna tell them? I don't know what I'm gonna tell them. Let's just leave it at that. Just like you don't know why you went upstairs. I don't know what I'm gonna tell them.
So,
Parents that are dealing with.
can I call you the way that I did last time?
Yeah, my phone is a line. This should be there now.
No, I'm not.
I get it. Look, I get it. That was really bad. So that's what scares me. Like, what do I need to plan on? Like, what do I need to plan on? I promise you, on my son's life, it was not intentional. I promise you, on Lucas's life, it was not intentional.
I don't know you. I can't say I know anything about you. I don't know what would be a true statement, what would not. I mean, if you're promising on your son's life, that's fine.
That's how much it means.
Sorry.
That's how much look, that's how much it means. I hope you take that to heart, please.
And it's documented that you said that, yeah. I get it.
Do you have any idea when I can get my phone back?
What's that one?
What do you say?
I said, no, I mean, our digital forensics unit is, got a lot of cases on their plate. I mean,
Well, and that's not technically my laptop, it's Lucas's laptop. But he plays, you'll see all the games that he has on there.
as soon as we can get that back to Lucas, we will. As soon as we can release your phone, we will. But we have no way of being able to tell you because we don't have control over their case other than how they arrange what they do. So I don't know. And at this point, I think, honestly, with everything else that's going on, it should probably be at the bottom of your list of worries.
I'm trying to make Lucas happy so he can have his laptop back.
Did Brian not have a laptop for him?
He has his laptop that he has to do for work, but he doesn't want him using it or breaking or dropping. It's not a big deal, there's nothing on the laptop anyway. So you will keep me posted, like updated? That's my thing, is I'm trying to figure out what I need to do in the meantime.
I don't know, I can't, like, I don't know what to tell you though. Like, what?
But you all have more information than I do, where it's like, yeah, you might wanna, or yeah, you might wanna.
I'm sorry, what?
Like, we have more information on what?
Like,
We told you everything that we have. You know everything that we know. And most of it we got from you.
but, like I was telling her, like, yeah, that's bad, like, which I swore on my son's life was not intentional. So that's why I'm trying to figure out what I need to do for myself going forward with this, nonetheless, with his family. And are you all just showing up with Lucas now?
We've already both told you that we would be mindful in these situations.
So do you guys, I guess you're gonna call me tomorrow? Or do we have to come back down here?
I'll chat with you next time. I have no idea when I'm gonna call you next.
Isn't the report come out tomorrow?
Our report.
I'm just saying the report is generated through us, and the sheriff's office is a public entity. So if someone were to come request something, then
No, I'm talking about, his autopsy.
she's waiting and doing her follow-up, but
She's looking at him against,
yeah.
but she won't be finished with him because she's pending further stuff.
So after this, what? I'm done for now? How long does this stuff take to get back?
The FDA results.
You won't get back the swabs and stuff. Will stay.
They don't know about it?
Our dispatch center keeps calling my phone. I keep having to have other people call them to see what they need.
I hope you all can really both truly understand that that was not my intent. I miss him a lot.
I mean,
No more.
but my question has remained the same. What do you expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a position like that?
Yes, but you have to understand too, I'm,
Just what would you expect to happen to somebody when you leave them in a position?
I have no idea because I've never done it before.
Why have you never done it before?
Why would I?
Exactly.
Why
Why
would I
did
do
you?
it before?
Why did you do it now?
I clearly have said why. Why?
No, you don't know why. You just know that it's not intentional, but you don't know why. But that's okay.
Really?
I'm not trying to force you to say something that you don't know.
Phoebe and Penny. The fact that you guys would feel that I'm that kind of person.
We're not assuming anything. We're going by the facts. It happened.
Like you said, you don't know me. What time is it, please?
4:46.
In itself, for me to have to live with getting him out and doing what I did is punishment enough. I think that's why I haven't slept, because that's all I see. So that right there says something. not my intention. Nonetheless, I have to live without him now. Nonetheless. Punishment in itself.
Definitely a tragic situation.
I'm very wrong. It's unfortunate that stupid things like this happen.
Absolutely.
Nonetheless, I have to live without him now.
Yeah, his daughters too.
Are you trying to make it worse?
Sorry, what?
Are you trying to make it worse?
Make what worse?
How I feel?
Just making a comment. I mean,
She is fine. That was there yesterday. And then she took your photos. So I'm just gonna take a swab and go around on one hand and then do different for your other hand. Brittany? You're not free though. Okay. Do you promise everything you told us was the truth? Or no? Everything we talked about today?
Yes. What do you mean?
He asked to swear. Remember I swore you yesterday on the audio recording? I just forgot, so you raised his hand to remind me, to tell you.
Okay.
Do you promise and swear that everything we talked about today has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge?
For which?
True and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
What, that it wasn't intentional?
Everything you said today, everything that's come out of your mouth has been true and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
To the best of my knowledge.
Correct. Yes.
Why?
That's how you
talking to somebody, to assure that everything that we talked about is
true and accurate to the best of that person's knowledge.
not a trick question,
To the best of my knowledge?
to the best of your knowledge.
Everything that you've told us today is true and accurate to the best of your knowledge.
Yes, but it was not intentional.
Okay. Okay.
All right, do me a favor, stand up. You just turn around, face the wall, put your hands behind your back. Do you have anything in your pockets that I should know about?
No.
Okay.
Why is this happening?
Because George is dead.
Not intentionally.
We understand that.
He's still dead.
Well, we don't.
Someone needs to call Brian, please.
Okay.
Or can I not make a phone call?
You'll be able to make a phone call when we get you down to the jail.
So why is this happening? So this was a trick.
No, it's not.
No,
How's
okay.
the trick? I'm here to ask you to explain a few things to us. And
You were right, you're right.
your response to everything was basically, I didn't do it.
Intentionally.
Doesn't matter. It's still there. Do me a favor. Have a seat.
Really, guys?
Really.
So if I didn't show up. Why is this happening?
Because
Before you all said I could leave,
when
that I was done after that.
we were done, yes, we were done. Absolutely.
So now, so that's what it is,
We are done.
right? Not intentional.
Okay.
So what am I supposed to do now?
You will,
Someone needs to call Brian.
okay.
Lucas is waiting for Mom to come home. This was not my intention. I thought I was waiting for you all to come and figure out what's what and how many.
That's what we're trying to do.
And I was going to be able to go home and see Lucas. Now he's just not going to have me come home. So there's nothing that I can do.
No.
There's nothing that I can do in order to go home and see Lucas and prepare.
You'll be afforded a time in court, you'll be afforded an attorney, you'll be afforded a chance to talk to a judge, and all that stuff will be worked out.
But what's the time frame for that, though?
I have no way of being able to tell you. You should make first appearance probably tomorrow morning, if not tonight, depending on how things are busy, how quickly you get down there. I
have a
don't work in.
suspicion that this is going to happen. And I need water like really bad, please. You all check me down here.
Absolutely did not.
I just got those.
Okay. Yeah, you're not allowed in the jail.
So I can't even smoke cigarettes like that.
What? Am I going? Jesus.
And what am I supposed to do with my car?
Till you find where it is. When you get down there, you'll have 3 phones, you'll be able to call.
What, as soon as possible?
Yeah, once you get down there, give a pin, you'll be able to use a phone in the waiting
But how
area.
long will that take? Because I need to talk to Brian.
Yeah, no, it depends how busy, how quickly they get you through. I would say within the hour. It's a free phone call in the lobby, it's a free phone call.
All I'm doing is bringing down
Yep.
my paper and I'll
She has no clue.
So can I ask you, or whoever it is, those holding cells, the holding cells, am I gonna be put in one of those?
I don't know.
Last time I had a panic attack.
Let them know that. Yeah. I don't know. Well, you're familiar with the big bay. As long as you go in and you act civil to them, they'll set you in the big bay. You'll be left there for
Can
a
you
while.
request that while I'm there?
No, that's not up to us. We don't work at the jail.
As long as what you're saying is you don't have
If
to
you go in
go.
and act like this, you'll go in and they'll put you in the big bay. If you go in there screaming and kicking and yelling and
How do I
cursing,
do that?
I don't know. I'm just letting you know that's what happens. That's how they weed people out. If you go in acting like this,
So I asked for the big bang?
they'll put you there as long as you're acting like this.
Yeah, because last time I had a major panic attack with the little thing.
Hey, let them know. Change the code. Thank you.
I have not.
So what am I gonna do with my purse? Okay.
At first it's gonna come, but the cigarettes and stuff can't, so.
I put the lock up too, my bad.
Oh, no, that's all good. Mine are now upstairs, so.
What made you all decide to do this?
Made us decide to do this.
Uh-huh.
Georgia said.
You guys, I knew this was gonna happen.
You did? Okay.
So I came back to the village.
Yes, absolutely. We were trying to figure out what's going on. We're still trying to figure out.
Unintentionally.
Uh,
Don't forget, I have my, I don't know if it's able to see or not.
I apologize.
I have things in my car that I need to put your,
What kind of stuff you have in your car that you're worried about?
well, I have my medication.
Okay, they have a pharmacy there, so if there's something that you have to have right away, you'll be seeing a
It's
nurse.
panic attack stuff.
So, again, when you get checked in, you're gonna be seeing a nurse.
Okay.
And that they have a pharmacy there, so they'll be able to take care of any kind of that stuff. That protocol is out of my realm. I don't work down there, so I don't know, but I do know they do have a pharmacy. And that you will be afforded to see somebody. Got it?
Hold on.
Yes, sir. I just put it in. All right.
Judge, can we approach the bench?
Yes. All right, members of our jury, I have an instruction that I need to read to you at this time. You have heard and watched a recorded interview that contained opinions and statements by Detective Lowen and Detective Copsell to Sarah Boone. These opinions and statements are pertinent only to explain the reactions and responses they elicit. You are not to consider these opinions and statements by the police officers as true, but only to establish the context of Sarah Boone's reactions and responses. You may continue.
Ma'am, did all of these events that you have testified to in regards to your investigation, did they all occur in Orlando, Orange County, Florida?
Yes, they did.
And ma'am, do you see the person today here in court who admitted to zipping up George Torres in a suitcase?
Yes, I do.
Do you see the person today here in court whose voice you heard on the suitcase video taunting George Torres?
Yes.
Do you see the person here today in court who admitted to you flipping George Torres while he was in the suitcase?
Yes, I do.
And do you see the person today here in court who admitted going to bed while George Torres continued to suffer in the suitcase?
Yes, I do.
Could you please identify that person by an article of clothing they're wearing?
Yes, she's at the defense table in black and I guess a pinkish top.
Your Honor, may the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant?
Record will so reflect.
And no further questions at this time.
Members of the jury, it is 5:59. I tried to get you out of here before 6. We will continue with the balance of the state's presentation tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'm going to give you another instruction similar to what I've read you previously over the last couple of days. Jurors, you must not conduct any investigation on your own. This includes reading newspapers, watching television, or using a computer, cell phone, the internet, any electronic device, or any other means at all to get information related to this case or the people and places involved in this case. This applies whether you are in the courthouse, at home, or anywhere else. You must not visit places mentioned in the trial or use the internet to look at maps or pictures to see any place discussed during the trial. Jurors, do not watch local news or read local newspapers. Jurors must not have discussions of any sort with friends, family members, or even your fellow jurors about the case or the people and places involved. So do not let anyone make comments to you or ask questions about the trial. I want to stress again that just as you must not talk about this case face-to-face, you must not talk about this case by using an electronic device. You must not use phones, computers, or other electronic devices to communicate. Do not send or accept any messages related to this case or your jury service. Do not discuss this case or ask for advice by any means at all, including posting information on an internet website, chat room, or blog. With that, members of the jury, we'll be in recess for this evening. We will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. And again, I thank you for your attention and your sacrifice in this matter.
Jury exiting.
Y'all may be seated. State, anything else we need to discuss this evening?
I've received a motion from the defense that I guess they filed at 5:08 p.m. regarding the witness Pearl Walker to appear by Zoom. It is not something I can agree to, and I'm not sure if they're meeting for deposition or trial or both. It doesn't specify.
No, I talked to Ms. Walker's daughter, who is her caregiver, and they're going to have her down here at 6 o'clock at the state attorney's office for the deposition, and then they'll go from there. Kevin Beck's going to be handling the deposition. But she's outside the courtroom, Judge.
Okay. Specifically referring to a motion for witness to appear via Zoom filed October 21st, 2024 at 5:08 p.m. The court has reviewed it. We can address this tomorrow after you've had the opportunity to take the deposition.
I would just submit based on what we've just heard, that she can appear in person, because she has.
Is that your final position?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I think it would be wise to ask her those kind of questions from the lawyer, so they would be able to give a more detailed response about why she doesn't want to appear in court. But I understand their position.
Here's the problem that I have. The rule 3.116D requires or allows the court to have virtual testimony or remote testimony if all parties consent. And I'm not hearing consent on behalf of the state attorney's office. And in reviewing the other portions of that specific rule, it all follows if there's consent. So I can't allow your request based on the lack of consent between the parties. So for the record, the motion for witness to appear via Zoom filed today, October 21, 2024, is denied in accordance with Rule of Criminal Procedure 3.116, Section D, Paragraph 1.
Judge, and the only other thing is, we're trying to logistically get our witnesses here. We got to fly one in, and of course, Ms. Walker and the experts. I'm just asking for what their plan is for their case for tomorrow.
Judge, we covered it up at the bench, I thought. This is our last witness. It's up to them on how long they cross her. I thought we anticipated Ms. Boone taking the stand at 10 a.m.
My
He
understanding.
mentioned 10:30.
And my understanding was that Mr. Mr. Cacciatore had no further questions for Detective Kepsel, and that we would tender her for cross tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Mr. Henderson had advised it would be 30 to 45 minutes. Taking the worst-case scenario, that would be 9:45, built in 15 minutes for redirect. I don't know if it's going to take that long. We will then remove the jury. Once the state rests, we will address any motions. I will colloquy your client on a couple of different matters, and then I will turn it over to you. So I would say that a start time, a good range, would be between 10 and 10:30. I hope we don't have the same delays we had this morning with access. It's Tuesday, not Monday. There may be less jurors, so it may allow better efficiency in moving our panel in. But as soon as the state rests, I intend on moving to motion, colloquying your client, and turning the ball over to you, sir, for you to call your first witness.
Prior to Sarah Boone testifying, I am going to want to view with her the suitcase in the back.
Understood? Okay. Anything else, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No, sir.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Thank you very much.
Your Honor, may I approach an unrelated matter?